Yeah! I've never heard that whole song before. Hey! Welcome to Fladge Rants Live. Holy crap, that was a rocky start. That was a little rough. I like that. Today, the mind. Now, since we have to cover the hard problem of consciousness, and I want to get into all the things that I've been grappling with for the last few years, this is a little self indulgent of me, but here we go. Now, there's a body mind dualism that I stand vehemently against. But let's start not back with the Greeks. We don't need to do that this time. Let's just go back the year after I was born. 1974, Thomas Nagel wrote a paper where he famously compared consciousness by explaining what it is like to be a bat. Now, bats use a type of sonar to make a noise from their mouth. It when it reflects back to them, they pick it up and map the area so they can safely navigate. They're blind, basically. They've got a sixth sense that we do not have, and we could not possibly know what it is like to be a bat. But I disagree. I think we could pretty well explain, understand, and even experience kind of what it is like to be a bat. So what my point here is that consciousness, the mind, self-awareness is a gradient. Whereas I have a fairly normal idea of who I am, but so does my dog. Even a single-celled organism knows not to eat itself. So that is a level of self-awareness. Panpsychism tells us that consciousness is fundamental and permeates everything. Even rocks have a level. I do not agree with that. That is absolutely ludicrous nonsense. And that consciousness is fundamental, I can't go along with that either. Now, the hard question of consciousness and body-mind dualism. That's really where I'm going with this thing. I think consciousness is an emergent property of the brain. I don't think it's too strange or bizarre to say that, but some people, the dualists, think that there are physical things and mental things. And I think one of my co-producers here stands by we are electrical impulses, and we are our brains do function with electrochemical impulses that fire through our brains, and that's what forms our thoughts. However, he thinks that since the energy never goes away, that we are immortal for some reason somehow. But that's I guess that's a rant for another day. But my point is that the mind does appear to be an emergent property of the brain. And the reason I hesitate is because if you create a computer or a robot with eyes that can see and experience the surroundings, it does not have consciousness as we know it. So where and when and how does this emerge? And I still say it starts all the way back with single-celled organisms. We don't have to go back to the Greeks. We go way, way, way back to the amoeba, who is reasonably self-aware enough to not eat, like fold over and try to devour itself. I have seen a snake, however, start eating its tail and work its way back, but that's kind of odd. But I would also like to get into who's at the helm. This is what I've been grappling with for a long time. Since I don't think since I think the strong illusion of free will makes us think that we are in charge of our autonomous life, I don't think it is as such. Either events in our lives happen by random chance, then they're not free will, or they're predestined, which also means not free will. So that's the real dichotomy. Is it random chance, or is it destiny? We covered that a few weeks ago, so I just wanted to touch on that briefly. I saw Dror. He's a reporter in the streets, live on location. Dror, are you there?
Of course.
Uh-oh.
Are you already bailing? Oh, you thought there was something wrong? No, I was doing that on purpose. Strobe light.
Okay, good. No, you really? Are you doing that on purpose? Because you're blinking.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's called the button you can press. I don't know. Try to get a computer. Maybe you'd figure it out.
I don't have a button.
Yeah, you do. So what do you want?
Oh, okay.
Why you dumping me so early?
Oh, no. The electrical impulses. You're right about that. I just don't see how that makes us immortal.
How does it not?
The electrical impulses in our brain
Live on.
don't last forever. They stop functioning when we die.
You live on.
Oh, just because you said so. Okay, got it.
I don't say I didn't create.
They just
physics.
They just live on. If they're not part of you or controlled by you, but I do have some other questions about consciousness, because there's other parts of your mind that you're not in control of. Like, I just had a crazy ass dream where I skipped out on a bill. You know me, I would never skip out on a bill. I feel bad. I want to drive back to that imaginary restaurant that I bailed on the bill. But in my dream, I was walking back in to pay the bill, and my alarm went off, my Fladge Rants alarm, and I had to get up and come out to the barn. So I never did pay that bill in my dream. But my dog dreams. So he's got consciousness or subconscious. Something's going on there. He's got a level of
you've dreamt
mind.
And been able to control the dream, right? Like, that's
what the dog doing?
I'm sure everyone's been able to do that.
What the dog doing?
Right? When you're dreaming, but you know you're dreaming, but you're conscious, and so you're consciously controlling the dream a bit. You're very aware that it's a dream.
I feel like I'm in control in the dream, but
isn't that lucid dreaming?
Oh,
when you can control.
Thanks for that, Brady.
Control it.
Brady coming through.
Here.
He's got a button too. You guys both have buttons.
You should try it sometime.
I don't want a button. Why would I need a button? Oh, Brady, where's your mind? Are you out of your mind? So I wanted to try a Vulcan mind meld.
Beautiful.
Great.
That is beautiful. You know, I heard the whole Technical Difficulties song. Fantastic drums. It's a really good song. I love our Technical Difficulties song. It's great.
I don't.
I missed that part.
Yeah, everybody missed that part. We were having technical difficulties.
That means I've failed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that song now.
I missed that because I was in the difficult process of moving from the bed to the desk.
Yeah.
Whoa, how'd you do that? You got different backgrounds.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's reality.
I do too.
That's reality.
Welcome to Ole Miss.
Oh, really?
Oxford.
Nice.
I'm in Oxford.
Oxnard?
Ooh.
Oh.
Yep. Cool story. Played it at course today. It was cool. Back to brain.
I don't mind.
Back to brain.
Is there a difference between brain and mind?
Yes.
Mind. I mean mind. They go hand in hand, right?
They do, but
I believe so. Yes.
the mind includes the brain, but the brain is
Mhm.
not. The brain is only a part of the mind. I think.
No.
No. So the perception and the things around you do not affect your mind at all.
No,
They're a part.
you just got it backwards. The mind is a fraction of the brain. The mind is one of the functions of the brain.
Okay.
You had you had it the other way around, as the brain as a subcategory of mind, and that's not what's going on.
See, I think the mind consists of some intangible things. That's what I was trying to say.
That's body-mind dualism, and that's what I'm trying to talk you out of.
Well, that's what this whole
That's what I'm here.
fucking rant is about, is just to convince us to think like you, which is retarded, but that's fine.
Yes. Well, I've got some very good reasons to think what I do.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
Lawrence? Jack Nicholson.
Somebody's name on this show might have just been said.
Lawrence?
I got a new stem. It's all painted like a cigarette. Now I'm embarrassed. I'd rather people think I smoke weed than a cigarette. They need to change
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the mind. We're going to be saying that a lot. Back to the mind.
Back to the mind.
Yeah, I had more about that. Did I tell you guys about Thomas Nagel? What is it like to be a bat?
Why do you gotta drop racial slurs? Is that a hard?
I know his name is Nagel.
Is that a hard EL?
Shut up, Nagel.
Stupid Nagel.
No, did you
get a job, Nagel?
Goddamn Nagels make me sick.
I don't recall you talking about him. Go ahead.
Actually, it was October 1974. He wrote a paper. I was born in October 73, so I turned 1 for his big epic paper. I don't know why he chose a bat. Maybe it was because of that sonar thing, because we would really have trouble imagining what it is like to be a bat and have a sense that we can't even imagine what it's like. But we've got senses that are similar. We've got touch and sight and sound. So we've got similar senses. It just has this sense that we have no reference point for. But it is an awareness of its surroundings.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that was one thing I wanted to just shit on, is that you said that whole bat. Like, how would we be able to know what it's like to be a bat? What is it? Just like, ooh, I'm flying around. Look at me, I'm a bat. I'm a bat. Like, you think that's as simple as it? Like it.
No, I don't. That's why I hesitated to say it.
A lot of these beings just go off of just firing neurons, and it's just response, like conditioned response.
Right.
And it was not really
so a bat doesn't even know what it's like to be a bat.
I'm going to fly over there. Yeah,
right. He's not thinking.
According to
look
the
at
Bible,
me. I'm all batty.
So
yeah, you don't either.
Bible, it doesn't have a soul. According to the Bible, I have a soul.
Yeah. Okay. So this isn't an ancient.
I'm just saying according to it.
Oh right. No, I get it.
My statements with.
No, we'll cover that in our ancient books episode.
Well, we're talking about the brain.
Do you guys hear some buzzing? Do you hear buzzing?
Yeah, it's on my mic.
No.
I think.
Okay, shut it off.
Yeah. I think they're listening. I'm gonna build protection.
There's a little buzzing on my mic. I've been meaning. I've been meaning to buy tinfoil, and I just have not. I have no need. I have no need for tinfoil other than to make a hat.
This is aluminum foil. Tin would protect you from nothing.
Whatever. Fuck off, dude. I'm my grandma.
Aluminum is a non-conductive. Tin, I have no idea. Is tin conductive? Let's engage our. I know somebody in the chat knows.
Aluminum is semi-conductive. I don't know.
Well, semi, but I mean, not like gold. If you put it, it's not. It doesn't. No, I don't think so.
Good response.
No.
Should we invest in gold foil?
Shut the fuck up.
If this isn't going to work, then I just feel silly.
We do invest in gold foil. Spaceships.
I can't see why you'd feel silly right now.
That's like a do-rag. That's gangster.
I like it.
Yeah, that's very becoming.
They're not getting to you.
I don't feel like it's protecting me on the back. In the back, it's pretty open.
Are you able to think clear?
Yeah. Oh, don't use the back of your brain. Just don't use that part.
I can see clearer. I know everything. Whoa.
Can you smell colors?
Can you see all the obstacles in your way?
I didn't like it.
Is the rain
I
gone?
can see clearly now.
Yeah. So the other thing you mentioned sickle cell organisms. So like
No,
Tiki Barber, or because he does have sickle cell.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, I looked it up.
Oh, there it is. I finally found this podcast.
Statistically,
Tiki Barber, or because he does it. Yeah, right. Double up on the joke. Thanks. In case you didn't hear the first time, we got instant replay.
We'll wait for you to catch up.
Did you hear it?
I heard it.
Yeah.
Because you don't have headphones on, we hear everything. I can't even play half my sounds because of it's all right. Go ahead. Just producer bitching.
Oh, okay. Well, bring it on.
Is that your new name?
Producer bitching.
I'm gonna do that one again just in case.
The more you know. So I'm really not going to convince you that there's nothing special about your mind. My examples are that you can't. The reason I would back you guys is because you can't create it with artificial intelligence. The reason I think that I am right is because my dog has a level of consciousness.
What? So you're just instantly defining the mind equals consciousness, and that's it? We can't even discuss that.
That's very confusing.
Yeah, we can.
What beyond? What beyond there in the brain is something? This is what you're saying, right? Is that we can't create with technology? You're saying we can't mimic?
Right? Yeah.
We haven't. I think he's saying we haven't yet. Just because there's algorithms that make it seem like there's an illusion of consciousness, they're not even close.
Yeah, well, it just gets better. It just needs to get better. It's once you get to the supercomputers.
Yeah, we may achieve that. They may achieve that. But I want to define what the fuck. What is your rant said? We're not quite sure what consciousness is, right? Or did it define that point?
It's tough to define consciousness, but
okay, so I'll go with that.
I can make a stab.
To define. So, and another thing is the brain and the mind are two different words. Agreed?
Yes.
So why are there two different words if they're the exact same thing, or they're all there's no distinction?
There is a distinction, and the mind is a property that emerges from the brain. That's why I was saying that you had it backwards, that the mind is a subcategory of brain.
When it changes, what causes it to change? Is everything causing it to change contained within that physical brain or not?
Oh. Wait, which question do you want me to answer? The initial question or the follow-up or not? Because they'd have opposite answers.
Whether the brain is something or not is a perfectly legitimate grammatical question. Or not is okay.
With no legitimate answer.
It is, yes. You can pick. You pick the positive, the brain is this, or the brain is not this or this.
Are those the only two options?
It's unnecessary, but it's not a paradox.
Okay. Superfluous.
Now you're just using your gay fancy words. Which is fine.
Super gay.
Super fluffy.
Brain is central organ of the human nervous system. Mine is
the internet.
I got some work
faculty that manifests itself in mental phenomenon such as perception, thinking, sensation, reasoning, and memory.
Everything. Hold on. I shouldn't do that. I got to put on that. Okay. I shouldn't also think out loud. My mind is taking over my mouth right now.
Oh, my girlfriend does that all the fucking time, and it's so annoying. Especially when you're on the phone with her.
You can compare me to a lot of things, and I won't defend myself. But the moment you compare me to your girlfriend, I have to step in and say, "Fuck off."
She's the greatest fucking being.
Emotional damage.
She's got a problem. No, she's great. What are you talking about? I like her more than you, so it's a compliment.
I should hope so.
I got to think for Brady.
I don't.
I'm over there.
I don't use my mouth in that way.
You eat hot dogs, right?
No.
Corn on the
No. Oh, you're going to phallic foods?
cob? I mean, that's what he was talking about, right?
I got to get that guest.
No.
I got to get on. Hold on. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Well, whatever. The internet separates brain and mind, so
sure does.
Yeah,
that's just one internet.
I do too.
Yeah, he does too.
So what do you think is there that's special that's in the mind that we couldn't create, that we couldn't mimic with technology? I mean, it's literally would be the equivalent.
That's the question.
Well, no, that's the question for you because I don't think
I
think that's possible. You don't, so that's weird.
Right. I really
do agree that that's weird that you think that.
It is weird that I think that,
Okay.
and I'm questioning who's at the helm. But
God? Is it God?
Passing the Turing test is still a far cry from creating consciousness.
Why does something have to be at the helm?
I'm wondering.
You're like asking who's piloting the pilot? Who pilots the pilot?
Isn't it just experience at the helm?
Yeah, I like that.
You go to read a book. The book's already there. Like there's words already there.
Right.
It's not like you have to create the book before you read it.
You're on
as you read it.
Are your emotions completely contained within your brain?
Yes.
Is everything reactive in your body contained within your brain? You have no senses, no systems outside of the brain? Because I would disagree there.
Oh, of course, because you just said a ridiculous bunch of nonsense.
Well, I think that stuff influences and takes a huge part in creating the concept of the mind.
Yes, the outside world influences your mood. Of course. A rainy day makes people sad.
So it affects your mind, but not your brain. Your brain keeps functioning and makes decisions and synapses firing regardless.
I think making decisions is an activity of the mind.
It's just cause and effect. It's analyzing cause and effect and basing that off of previous experience or knowledge. It's
no, okay. I know. I like that. That nullifies agency, though.
okay.
How so?
If it's simple cause and effect, you're not making any decisions.
Yeah, you are. You're still making a rational decision. It's just based on. I mean, I could do whatever I want. If there's a train coming at me, I could choose to not move.
But you were already destined to make that decision per couple of episodes ago.
Right. Yeah, it's cause and effect. Kismet.
So who says?
Yeah, when them kids met.
Which I don't agree with. So do you have to agree with truth to make it real?
No.
Okay.
No, it's real on its own.
That make you a truther.
Because I don't want to be as ridiculous as some of the people I think are ridiculous. But I agree. I feel like the mind is bigger than the brain for whatever reason, whether it's right or wrong. That's what my mind feels, which is part of exactly what I'm saying. See, the brain.
It's a powerful illusion. That's what I've been alluding to.
It's like characteristics versus personality. Characteristics are the brain. Personality is your mind.
I like that.
Okay, because I don't know what the fuck it meant. So
yeah, I don't know what that meant either. I would say your brain is the equivalent of the shit that's in my computer right now. It's the fact that I can take that computer and I can do all kinds of shit with it after the fact.
That's what the mind's. That's
so
what the mind's like.
You're adding the drawer flair to that system. That's the mind. That's the personality. So that's kind of what I meant anyway. The characteristics.
Okay, no, that's kind of what. Yeah, I just
you really can't. You can change your
sense.
Characteristics to a point, but they're more kind of just set in the way you are. You know, you either have hair or you don't. For just a random example.
Yeah.
But then, how that affects your personality happens in the mind.
Yeah.
So it might not be logically, systemically, emotions take play, environment takes play. The brain, I mean, I guess if the brain is hotter or colder, the brain functions differently, but does it think differently? Or is that the mind? Because there would be two, if the mind is the mind is not the brain. Those are two separate concepts. One is a physical system. Can you change your mind?
Yeah.
Can you change my mind?
Probably not.
I'm trying, because you've got this dualism going on that's just not. You think the brain is physical, but the mind is something greater than that, and it is a result of the physical brain. It is an emergent.
Makes perfect sense. Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
But yeah, what you just said. So you're saying that the art and the influence you get from the art is no bigger than the paint on the canvas, which is ridiculous. Of course, it's bigger.
Of course, it's bigger.
It's intangible.
But that is not what I'm saying.
It's intangible and unexplainable, even sometimes.
Yeah.
Why do you? So.
What is that? An apt analogy? Do you think?
Yes.
You're comparing art to the mind?
No, I'm comparing. I'm comparing the art, like the paint and the canvas, to the brain.
The way it affects your brain is different than the way it affects your mind.
The brain may be the pathway to the mind. So
and the storage place for the mind, and all the functionality of the mind. And everything that is your mind is contained in your brain. I can't explain it to you any simpler.
Show the picture that I'm got of the brain. Yeah, so that is a brain. That's still a brain. It's out of the body. It's still a brain.
Yeah,
that's the brain, right?
That's the brain.
The mind is what happens when you plug that brain into here.
No. See, that is a dead brain with no mind.
All right, fuck you. You got it.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you can keep explaining. I still think you're wrong, but that's a good follow up.
Yeah.
It's a dead brain, not that.
Yeah. No mind. No more mind. With no more brain. With no brain is no mind, and that's why I'm saying, the greater than less than. Brain greater than mind.
There's no important audio playing, but I'm just gonna share. This lady plays with the brain. I thought it was interesting. You just play with it. Imagine this is your job. You just get to play with a brain. I don't know. But continue talking while the lady plays with the brain.
I play with people's brains on a daily basis. It's fun for me. What's that far left one?
Nope. You play with people's minds.
Oh, he's got you.
Yeah, yes. And I'm telling you, the mind is a part of the brain.
We're not disagreeing there. They are definitely parts of one another, even.
No. Once again, the greater than less than sign weighs heavily on the brain.
But you're looking at it in constructs of physicality, and when it's dead, like when you said it's dead, it's gone. But
yes,
that looks gross. It looks like the wrong side of a ham.
I don't know the wrong side of the ham.
It's too distracting.
That's how you can tell if it's a boy or a girl. Ham.
That part right there?
That part right there, yeah.
Okay.
Where I'm gonna vomit.
You're muted, George.
Right there.
Surface of the cerebral cortex.
He's got a button.
This is the ventral surface
Sometimes
of the brain.
You got to help out the other people here,
and
Gary.
the most prominent feature here is the temporal lobe, which I am outlining. Here is the temporal lobe on the other side. And in front of it is the undersurface of the frontal lobe. Cranial nerves are attached, such as the visual, optic nerve, and the sensory nerve from the face, the trigeminal nerve,
serves a greater purpose than its whole.
Large basilar
to me,
artery
that's the best definition I can think of. The mind takes care of that, not the physical tissues in the brain. Even if the mind is completely contained with inside of the brain.
And look at the
I think we are greater than the sum of our parts, but it's still a physical system.
But I just
what
want
George
to
said about
introduce you
interpreting
to
when he put it in, and it can interpret it. The interpretation is greater than the brain,
they make up
or worse, depends on how you interpret. I mean, you could cloud and muddy
surface now of the
just
brain,
the same as you can enhance and enlighten.
The different lobes. You already
but
saw
the brain,
inferior surface.
The brain is such a remarkable organ.
Back
There's
to
animals
here,
that go
and
off
we
of
just kind of arbitrarily draw a line
reaction
and say
response.
that this is
they're not consciously thinking anything. It's just like that's our reptilian section of our brain is the more reactionary.
So should I change?
And then we look for.
Should I change the title to brain?
The sulcus on the surface of the brain.
No.
Sulci are these
She's playing with the mind right now. What are you talking about?
And the surface
Gary said once it's dead, the mind is gone.
Well,
are the gyri.
Well, actually, you said. Did you say gone, like meaning it goes somewhere else?
Right.
It just ceases to exist.
Gyri have names.
If you rewind, I didn't say gone.
However, this
I don't watch the show, so I don't know what I said.
On the midline,
it is no longer ceases to exist.
Fissure, separating it.
Hey, there's video coming from that. I didn't even realize that.
This central sulcus separates frontal lobe in front of it.
This is just like this is like somebody donated her brain just so they can make this YouTube video and she can just play with it for 5 minutes.
The cortex.
Now we can hear it. Everybody else could hear what she was saying. I think it was going out.
Is in front of
the
central sulcus.
Not that important.
And the cortex involved.
Great. Now I'm hungry.
Like, what is all that shit? Yeah. Are you that hungry?
The gyrus behind the central.
It makes me want cheese.
So this is frontal lobe.
Wow.
This is parietal lobe.
Funny you say that.
This is motor cortex in general, and this is sensory cortex in general. So we're just getting our bearings. The frontal lobe is further sort of divided.
I don't think
it's hard to see the distinction. But this band along
They're literally
here
cutting the brain with like a fucking like a meat slicer type looking thing.
So experience, like
shit. That's the fucking brain. Like, what does that do? What is this meat? Like, how does that create mind thought? Like, what the fuck? What is it?
Right? Yeah.
It's just a spongy growth.
It is a crazy thing.
Sliced it.
And there's like this one's starting to rot a bit. I bet you that one fucking reeks.
And so this is called.
I like it shaved a lot thinner.
Right? I know, yeah. I like my thin sliced brain.
I'm going to rest it here so that you can see the internal structure of the brain.
But so, have we ever cut one open and looked at it?
But right now,
on a live person, because
those gyri,
right? Because I wonder what it looks like the second.
Maybe all the air pockets or whatever stores the day. I mean, I'm trying to sound stupid right now. Honest, I'm trying.
And the gyri.
But how do we know that that's what alive? Does it shrink? Does it change size? Does it change composition in any way? How would we know?
Color.
It does have electrical impulses through it. I tried to find a.
Man, that buzzing. It's not. Is it me? Let me mute. It's not.
I heard the buzz.
It is you, Jor. That's good.
Yeah, every time I talk. Maybe I should switch my.
No, it's the light. It's the light in the hotel. It's definitely a fluorescent buzz, but that's all right.
Really?
Still going.
Oh, no kidding.
No. All right. It doesn't. It only bothers me and everyone else after I point it out.
Right.
Wait, you can't leave already.
I can.
You can't. You did.
All right, here we go.
Yes, yeah, I can mute it. It goes away.
Is it? Oh, it's there permanently? The entire time?
Yeah.
For you, maybe on the live stream, it was only when I'm talking it kicks in because I did the echo cancellation.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, check that out. It's for slicing rodent brains, I guess. I don't know how the fuck you use it, but
alive?
I guess.
No, I don't think. From my experience, you can't slice a live brain open. The brain stops to function.
From your experience.
Is that what I said?
I don't know.
We've never sliced any brains.
We've resorted to the toys already.
This is
intelligent conversation.
This is because my dog came in and grabbed my Chewbacca, and I found it out in the yard.
Why's your dog coming?
What's the dog doing? And so now it's got leaves, and it's all slobbery, and I'm pissed.
So it reminds me of those dog toys that look like a foot. What are you going to do when Chewbacca kindly visits and your dog attacks him because you've been giving Chewbacca to your dog as a dog toy this whole time?
I didn't want him to use Chewbacca as a dog toy. This is awful. He actually almost broke all the way through his little strap for his little pouch. And my mind is telling me to kill my dog.
My mind's telling me no.
That's the greatest.
My mind's playing tricks on me. Oh, that's a good song. Are we playing that next?
Let's broaden our
minds. Lawrence? I love that scene because it's in a museum. Just what Brady was talking about. The artwork. They were changing the artwork, making it even more inspired. That's what they did.
So that's the enhancement of the brain equals mind.
Enhancement of the brain, huh?
Not like when it does things or functions in a way that it shouldn't. Do you believe it? Do you believe in any of that telepathy nonsense?
No, none of it.
We sure did spend a lot of money.
Until I see a mechanism by which it happens, then it's not true telepathy. I mean, you can send electrical impulses into someone's brain electrically, and that's not telepathy, but you could actually send the messages that way.
Good point. So when we start enhancing the brain with add-ons, that will be a part of the mind. Is it a part of the brain? Because it's clearly not if it's added on. Like, it's a plug-in or a enhancement.
Well, if you add an aftermarket feature to your car, it becomes part of your car.
Does it? So everything attached to my car becomes a part of my car?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
Oh, I don't like that idea.
Well, what have you attached to your car that you don't consider part of your car?
I never thought about it.
Okay. Well, you don't need to.
Is that a mice mind?
Maybe it'd be better if I did your thinking for you.
It's in a mouse brain. No, the freaking...
Oh, it's a little mouse brain.
The human one was way better.
But that's a little mouse brain. Oh, they're slicing it. Yeah.
So what tissues is that? So since we've already crossed the Rubicon from brain to mind, what tissue is the mind made up of? I don't care what color it is or if it's called gray matter. Like, I mean, is it the same as your skin?
Oh, yeah, I know this one. Julius Caesar.
Right?
What? Say that again.
Julius
gray
Caesar.
Matter. We switched answers? Yay.
Can't change answers. Oh, hilarious. As I'm pulling up this freaking video for the brain slicer, there's fucking meat.
Yes. Great ad.
Sliced meat.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now we go right into the brain slicing video.
That's just good.
Great.
Good cross marketing.
Now I want ham.
There was a human brain, god damn it. This is bullshit.
I think the little animal brains demonstrates what I'm talking about, like a gradient. Like they've got a level of mind, like some agency.
This is the one.
Some consciousness.
I've never heard of glial cells before.
How thin you want your ham sliced, sir?
Shaved. I don't care if you have to wash the fucking machine. Do it. Charge me extra. I still want it.
Ooh, they're going real thin on this.
Even though the process is mechanized, you still need a person to move each slice into storage.
Just so they have more brain to
the
use?
high-tech equipment they use to move it? A paintbrush. By keeping track of the slices, the 3D structure of the brain is preserved as an ordered stack of sections. Unfortunately, the slices come off the machine as a bit of a crumpled mess. Again, human intervention is required to sort them out.
Again?
Each slice has to be floated in water so that it unfurls, with little help from another paintbrush.
It's interesting that just doesn't just kind of collapse.
Once unfurled, it's placed on a glass slide that it sticks to.
I'm waiting for it to jump on her face and take over her fucking
To see
mind.
the individual nerve cells, researchers rely on a series of stains. One color cell bodies,
what was that
another
movie where the things
fibers,
flew,
and so
the aliens face suckers?
That was Rick and Morty.
Each stain is applied to the
No,
slide.
what was that?
Rinsed off.
Damn, yeah, what was that? I
The
don't know.
process is done. The brain is ready
It was
to
a
be
little bit
imaged
frightening.
at high magnification.
They'd go down.
I would assume
They go
that.
down for a bit and then come back up and be all controlled by the mother blob.
Oh yeah. Suicide Squad.
That sounds like you're right. That might be right.
The Suicide Squad.
The good
It's
one.
the second Suicide Squad.
The good one with the shark in the beginning and the
Yeah, the shark.
and
yes.
the
Shark was in
weasel.
there.
The weasel.
The weasel is great.
That's great. So what about hive mind? How do they communicate? How do hive mind?
I wonder, how do they chemically is what I'm led to believe.
Well, hold on a second. Is that chemical held inside the brain?
No.
Well, then everything you said was wrong. The mind is bigger and greater than the brain.
I was not talking about a hive mind.
But the mind is right in the name.
That operates like conversation. Like you and I are speaking. That's how we're communicating to each other. These words aren't contained inside our minds. There's some sort of link between our brains, and we're crossing that bridge through conversation.
Yes, the sensors and extra environment, the stuff outside of the brain is affecting your mind, not your brain. That's why there's a different definition of that. Your brain is just tissue. It lives and then it dies.
You're separating the mind from the brain where there is no separation.
We pulled that definition up earlier. They actually.
Yeah.
And what I said remains true, that the mind is an emergent property of the brain. It's still that greater than less than symbol. Brain greater than mind. It's a subset.
Do you think the painting is greater than the impressions and the joy and the extra intangibles that it provides?
It has more physical weight than the intangibles, but no, you can. Pictures worth 1,000 words.
Without people to admire and appreciate the art, it's just a brick.
Yeah, agreed.
Without the interpretations and sensors and extra add-ons in the environment to the brain, to the mind, then it's just a brain. So I don't know why you are elevating the brain. I don't
know if there is a brain with no mind, and I know there's no mind without a brain.
Wait,
we just saw one. It was being sliced.
Say that again, just so I want to be.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Dead brain. There is no mind without brain.
Brain? Little Dicky Brain? I was going to pull that song up, but
yeah, I would agree that the brain is the largest component of the mind. Yep.
That's not agreeing. That's saying something silly.
There is no brain without your mind. There is no mind without your brain. This is your brain on drugs.
Hold on. You just showed us a brain without a mind. So there can be a brain without a mind. It's a dead brain.
Look, I was talking to talk. Whatever.
The mind needs an alive brain. We agree?
The mind needs an alive brain.
No.
That's a silly way to say that, but sure.
Well, I disagree.
I know George disagrees.
We saw a woman with a mind playing with a brain, and she needed to do that. So.
Oh, okay. No.
Sorry.
She had another brain connected to her mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her mind was telling her yes. Slice it thin.
If she had a brain on her mind.
Oh.
Fuck.
I know what a nerve cell is or a neuron, but I don't know what a glial cell is. Glial.
That's the problem. My girlfriend actually has a degree in neuroscience from EMU. So
where the fuck is she?
Yeah,
I don't know. I could call her. I don't want her to listen to the show, but
there's the call-in number.
No,
she's not.
Never.
No.
Does she?
No.
No.
She jokingly tried to find it, but she knows like it's just gonna. It's like trying to do hot dog buns easy drawer with easy sister in the garage. It's just kind of like
no way.
It just makes it different.
Smart people are never allowed to say I don't know, especially physicists and neuro brain people or whatever. You just call rocket surgeons. So
the more you know, the more you realize you don't know.
When you say that there's a type of cell that provides physical and chemical support to neurons that maintain their environment, it sounds like you're saying nothing. Can somebody else read that to me? Because maybe I'm stupid. Provides physical. So yeah, seriously.
I'm not ruling it out.
Physical and chemical support.
Read that again, please. It's a little blurry on my screen, but
it's tiny on mine.
Oh, all right. These glial. These glial cells. I don't know how to pronounce that. GLIAL.
We're going with glial.
Glial cells are a type of cell that provides physical and chemical support to neurons and maintain their environment. Don't we all provide support to something in our body or our world and maintain our environment like that? I don't know what that means. I know nothing. I know nothing more than I didn't know before about the glial cells. They're located in the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system.
Oh, there you go.
And they're also called the glue of the nervous system. Okay. All right, that helps me a little bit. So they help the other cells stick together.
Physical and chemical support. So what is it, like a fucking logistics? Like,
well, at first I thought I thought literally like thinking. I thought they supported thinking, but now it sounds like they are just the goop. But see, they
provide
until they realize that they're not, and they actually do have a function. We just thought they were glue, but they're actually the part that thinks. Well, I know there's a whole bunch of people that are cringing right now because we've mapped the whole brain. Right? I think we mapped the whole brain.
I almost do want to call her and just put her on speakerphone.
Technically, if we mapped the whole brain, wouldn't we have found the mind in there?
No.
How did all this shit just develop? Why did this shit become so dependent on each other? Just because as the brain grew,
the mind and the mind,
as the mind expanded beyond the brain needed to grow to encompass what the mind needed to be capable of, right?
I don't know.
I like that.
I would assume that's how that works, right? Oh, so you're saying that there's the mind and brain are separate. Good job, Gary. Thank you.
Well, they're separate words with separate definitions. But
they are separate words.
The brain doesn't grow, but the mind does.
Very smart person brought that up earlier.
I think Gary, I think your mind's starting to go.
Oh yeah, I think so.
50 years old.
I believe they call that sundowning. No.
Oh, okay. You kids get off my lawn.
No, as the sun goes down, he's been up all day. You're not as fresh, and you start to forget things and start to think your mind is your brain. That sort of thing.
Old man yells at barn wall.
Subtitle for this.
Your mind expands more than you think. Do you think that was pretty clever? I thought of that all by myself.
Wow.
No AI support. That's why it's so short and sweet, and it's not clickbaity. So we'll probably get tons of views. No, I did no clickbaiting this time. I also started the show right at 10 o'clock instead of last night.
Did you already masturbating at all?
Yeah, that works.
The
masturbate clip screamed right to the top. We got lots of feedback on that.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I love it. I love the I'm a pussy. Look at this long accusational speech.
What if I told you that? What if I told you the term giant offends me? Will you stop saying it?
Oh, I'm 6 foot fucking 8. You can't.
Pussy's okay, but giant bothers me because I'm like average size, so giant is very offensive.
Hey, we don't need to hear what's going on.
Hey, 4.5 inches is average.
Yeah, I'm average size. Average to the Asians. Or Asians.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But they get all the smarts, so yeah. They also get dictatorships as well, but you know.
Oh yeah. Communism.
But you know what? Don't we all? You know.
Right? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do we have any cock goo mind?
Oh no.
Oh,
no,
I should have
really
looked something.
I don't think it had anything to do with cock goo, but I saw this documentary, and I said it before on here, but it's a documentary about they took a slice of the frontal lobe of someone's brain, and it just had these little wires and these little probes, and they powered it with these 2 wires, and it was attached to this cart with 2 wheels, and this little cart was just the second they powered it up, it was like starting to move, and it would go back and forward and turn a little bit, and they just said that it was like that's what the front of your frontal lobe does, is it's trying to figure out what it is, what it can do, what it's like, what just trying to explore its environment. It has no eyes or anything. It has all it knows is, I don't know, something's happening. Let's see what this is and learn.
Isn't Neuralink doing that with human minds?
I don't know too much about that. I know I just don't know enough about Neuralink or what they're.
I don't want to.
I showed the one video of that dude who had that fucking implant in his head that he can see colors with the. That was like 10 years ago.
Hey there! Welcome to this update episode from Neuropod, a channel covering all topics. When things really ramp up, going from clear that this can have a real effect on changing uncertainty, showing just how thin these threads actually are.
Those are the wires.
The threads then detect and deliver tiny electrical pulses that correlate to thoughts, feelings, or actions. A couple years ago, Neuralink showed this tech working in a monkey named Pager.
So would this
After implanting
be part of the
2
mind?
Neuralink devices that could read Pager's brain signals, they proved that Pager could play a video game with just his mind and no joystick.
The whole universal consciousness.
What if it can do the mind's job better than the mind, though? I mean,
it's just the link to the brain.
I meant the brain. See,
I don't want. It will. It's going to aid the brain.
Like at first, people have an advantage, and then later on, you won't be able to compete or even function or survive without these implants.
It pretty much is going to be like the Matrix, where it's. I don't know how to fly that helicopter. Okay, now you do. We loaded the fucking direct instructions into your brain. Now you know how to fly a helicopter.
Yeah, upload it.
There's still latency.
Right?
No, there's still some latency. But yeah, it's quicker. Think of it as right now.
Okay, in an hour, you'll be able to fly a helicopter.
The way Elon Musk says it is right now. There's this huge lag between downloading it to your computer and then getting it from your computer to your eyes and hands and fingers to your brain.
He's speeding it up.
He's downloading it directly to your brain, but you still have to read it, so to speak. You'll still have to. At least that's the way I understand it.
You're going to be able to visualize it in your own mind with your.
Actually, I don't know. Let's keep watching. Maybe
parts and labor, and that it will charge insurers about $40,000.
Lead engineer in this.
It forecasts annual revenue as high as $100 million.
It's only $40,000 to get upgraded. All right, so once it's in, recruitment. We don't care about that. Tesla partner. I want to see it. It's weird we don't see it yet.
The linkage? Yeah, I don't know.
Many of the devices available today can enable experiences like this. This man is in his living room and wearing Meta's Oculus headset. He's presumably playing a game, or for some other reason,
that poor guy.
has the objective of falling along a steel beam at the top of a skyscraper with no harnesses.
Like the dude that has to break this down, it's something that not everyone is aware of at this point.
No, I can't.
No.
I can't.
Try getting up.
There's no way I'm getting out.
Do you need help?
Please, David, please.
Turn it off.
Wow.
Oh. That's I actually thought it was real until she kicked him.
Until he said, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I don't know. They could just be really stupid. There's a lot of stupid people.
The main constraint we have is on the output side.
Oh wait, yeah, this is
until we hijack the optic nerve.
There's a lot of stupid people that have a brain, but their mind isn't
at first,
smart enough.
Neuralink won't be that special, at least for healthy people. We already have access to the internet, which, by the way, is incredibly underrated by almost everyone. That aside, we can consume quite a bit of information through the medium of audio or video, because our eyes and ears can sense a lot of the information at one time. You see, at first, Neuralink won't be that special, at least for healthy people. We already have access to the internet, which, by the way, is incredibly underrated by almost everyone.
I was just thinking this the other day with the fucking is that asshole in the wheelchair? Hawking?
Stephen Hawking.
Like, what technology is he doing? Like
hold on.
He had all kinds of shit. What, did they get to that? Do you get to that?
Breaking news. This just in. Stephen Hawking is dead.
This just in. Stephen Hawking fell off a horse and is now in a wheelchair. Oh wait, no, is that the right person?
That's Christopher Reeve.
We can consume quite a bit of information through the medium of audio or video because our eyes and ears can sense a lot of the information at one time. This input rate is medium.
All right, so listen, this is
the main constraint we have is on the output side. If we want to send information to our computers or other digital devices, we're limited to our fingers typing. On some occasions, we can use our voice, but even that is much slower than the rate at which we think of ideas.
Especially if you're using Siri.
With a Neuralink, we'll be able to both send and receive information extremely quickly. This will make us feel as though our biological selves have fully merged with our digital devices. And whether you think this is freaky or exciting, I'm here to tell you this train isn't stopping. And Neuralink is probably going to be the company that ushers in this
Matrix is real.
So get ready for the day when it's totally normal for our 10-year-olds to have brain chips. That day is probably just a few decades away.
Well, they're already getting their dicks cut off, so you know what's a chip, you know?
My dog has a microchip.
And he got his dick cut off, or his balls.
The way they take advantage of that internet, that underrated internet connection that we all share, that goes both ways. That's nothing.
You heard it here first. Brady goes both ways.
They take advantage of us so much. Can you imagine how they'll take advantage of our thoughts and like implanting them and stealing them? No, thank you.
Well, then, mining them, selling them to other third party. Or you'd have to sign a waiver every time you think.
And how? I mean,
acknowledge that you allow them to sell
I'm
your
no Zen monk.
thoughts to other third party.
I can't always control what I think. Can you? I mean, I can.
Who's at the helm?
I can sometimes.
Look how many entities. Yeah, no. There's several times where I think about stuff and it's like, asshole, why are you thinking about this? Like, what the fuck?
Or I get a song stuck in my head that I don't like.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Even a song that you like, but it's been stuck in your head for like 4 hours, and it's like,
right? Yeah, yeah. Why doesn't my mind choose something I would enjoy?
Right. It's always.
Is my mind pissed at me?
Instead of.
Yeah.
It sounded like your royalty-free music that
what it
that
is.
bass line sounded like some of the like you hear it on a lot of different videos. It's not bad. Sounds good.
Speaking of that, all the stuff you guys sent me, I can't play in the first hour.
Oh well, speaking of that, I would like to say in tonight's I'd like to tease. Not that I have anything because we discussed this in text message, but the Drawer and Brady show. I'd like to dive into maybe a little bit of discussion on drumming.
Oh yeah, you guys should definitely do that. I heard your disc golf discussion last week. It was great.
We went through Travis Barker and stuff. I'd just like to get what your actual perception from a drummer, and not to hash this now. I'd like to, it's a teaser. Stick around.
Yeah.
Or don't, and be like Gary, and as above and so below.
Yeah, but you know what? We have a special guest on the show today.
No way.
Yeah, it's going to be Gary.
Oh, okay.
He's going to stick around.
I'll call it
on the Brady Drawer show.
Some pillow talk.
Yeah.
Bed shots, because you clearly don't go in and sleep. The pillow talk. You took your nap. You're up for work. You might as well just stay on.
I did. I took a nice long nap. But
I'm
like
an hour behind.
Oh yeah, you're in the wrong place.
I have to work.
Wait,
I work.
Wait, Mississippi's in the Eastern time zone.
10 o'clock right now. 10 o'clock.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Well, that's gonna be
half of Tennessee, and I'm like literally an hour south of Memphis.
Yeah, my family lives
in the Memphis,
Crossville area, and their subdivision is like half and half. It's really strange.
You say Crossville, like I know what the fuck that means. Does Gary know what that means?
Crossville?
No.
Anybody that knows geometry?
Area? Or is that an area or is that a term? Is that like a city or is that a term? Crossville, Mississippi.
Crossville is like dead nuts center between Knoxville and Nashville.
Okay.
I don't know what that freeway is, but 10, 11.
And it's half one time zone, half the other.
I think there's somebody's house that's half time zone, half one. The husband and wife couldn't, because you're allowed to pick when you're that close. I would assume.
Oh yeah,
I know I've asked that before, and that's where I've always been curious. Like,
it's pretty arbitrary.
If you work, you have to get up. They probably fucks with you every day, right?
I'm not late for work.
Either that or you just pick your time. But then how would you know, like local restaurants? What do they adhere to?
Even though the whole the line looks pretty straight. What is that? The Prime Meridian Prime? No, those are this way. What are those lines called?
Oh.
The time zone
latitude.
I'll just call them time. The time zone lines look pretty straight.
They're not straight. They're all fucking retarded. They're retarded. The time zone lines.
They're all they go around cities, whatever they decide.
No, they're like retarded. Yeah, because it depends. I'm sure who voted. I'm sure at some point they voted what they wanted.
Only politicians could make something like time political.
You just need one time. I've said this before. We just need one time. It doesn't matter if it's light or dark outside. It should just be a time designation. Like there should just be 0 and 1, or 0 and then end of day.
I think Star Trek did that.
What time do you work? 6 a.m.
What was
whether that be on the other side of the earth and it's fucking dark outside, or whether it's fucking on this side of the earth and it's sun's starting to come up? Who gives a fuck what the sun is doing?
Just one time?
Who gives a fuck what the sun is doing? Yeah. Oh, hey,
Universal time?
I live on the other side of the world. What time is this store open?
Metric
it opens
time.
at 11
Universal
p.m.
Standard Time.
Opens at 11 p.m. Okay.
Right. And then that's the same for everybody.
Darker, yeah, who gives a shit if it's dark or light? What are your hours of operation?
Confusion.
11 a.m. to p.m. to 3 a.m. That's our daytime hours.
Sound like some communist gobbledygook.
No, I think Drawer's mind is working this time.
Really? I thought it was my brain.
Yeah. What a backhanded compliment that was. Universal time. Usually anytime
Universal time.
Good idea, it's already been.
Oh yeah, no. Every time I've thought of a brilliant idea for a product, you just Google it and you're like, there's like 10 of them already.
It already exists, yeah.
All been done for.
They're not selling that well.
Well, what's UTC stand for? What's the U in UTC stand for?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Computers and everything uses UTC, which is universal time, and then it's a plus or minus where you live.
What the computers do? So there's an algorithm that they already use that processes that, so we could just use that.
Correct.
There we go.
But
once we get Neuralink, done.
Yeah.
A dream comes true.
Plug me in.
Is that what you tell your boyfriend?
I guess that's a convention I'm used to. This, I guess you just get used to it being 5 o'clock and being dark, or noon being dark.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't matter. It would it'd be relative to the area that you're in. Like it would just all fall right into place. They wouldn't know any better.
Earth time.
You know,
we'll just call it Earth time.
Yeah. Earth time. We'd celebrate one New Year's. There wouldn't be multiple New Year's. There'd be fucking one.
Oh well, now
and for some people, it'd be at 4 p.m.
Come up with ideas.
I kind of like it that it's a day-long celebration.
Yeah, let's come up with ideas that create more parties, not fewer parties.
Yeah,
it would be an entire day. Yeah, everyone would get the day off, and everyone would be partying all day rather than at night.
Who doesn't get the day off?
Yeah,
I always thought it was weird that people give the New Year's Day off as if it's some type of who gives a fuck. Number one, number two, why are you ruining commerce to give your employees a day off so they can go out and party the night before so they can stay up till midnight? It's fucking stupid.
I'm
right?
thinking having a paid day off for a national holiday is good for morale, therefore good for productivity.
I work for a company that doesn't need to operate on that day.
Yeah.
Goods and services need to operate on those days, and they have skewed hours. It's bullshit. Why does the fast food place or the corner store need to get New Year's Day off? Do you really need to go out and party? Do we need?
Because freedom, motherfucker.
Yeah, no kidding. I used to hate holiday weeks as a delivery driver because you had to make up for it. In production on the factory line, heck, just a day off. Go back to regular work. A day later. Woohoo!
You had a day off?
4-day work week.
Somebody broke the factory? What happened?
No, it's just a day off. No big deal.
No,
I hated.
You said you shut down. Did you?
No production Friday.
Did you break the dildo stamping machine?
Were you retooling?
Did you overproduce dildos?
We were not retooling. It was just low demand. It's kind of a lull. We're gonna get a lull.
All right. No, I thought you said load. Lull. I thought you said load. Yeah, so you overproduce dildos. You overproduce the dildos, and so wait till Mark.
By January, we'll get slammed, but right now we're kind of slow, so I'm enjoying a 4-day work week.
Wasn't that FDR's slogan, a dildo for every vagina?
Yes.
That's a good slogan.
So I can't believe you said there's a lull. I just can't believe there's a lull in dildos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they use 2 and 3 at a time. So I've seen.
Right. I know. I think we overproduced over the summer.
I never understood the one in the mouth though. Like they got the one in the vagina and the ass.
You want me to explain it to you?
I have several.
Yes, please explain that to me. How a woman alone with a vagina in her mouth is it turning her on? She's that much of a whore that.
I think you're onto something there.
Vagina in a mouth?
No, a dildo.
You said vagina, but it's way better.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
You had me intrigued at that point. Then I was like, "Wait, you're talking about lesbian?" Because that's where I was going. I always thought it was weird that, if lesbians are going to use a dildo, why don't you just use a real dick? I'll let you use mine. I'll just kind of be there. I won't intrude too much. But you just use my dick.
They hate the men's mind, not the men's penis.
Oh no, their brain.
You tied it back in?
I tried. Fuck, I tried.
So the turn of phrase that it's like, oh, you're thinking with down there. How does that tie into the mind? How does that tie?
It ties in with Brady thinking that the mind's just friggin' everywhere.
Right?
You went too far. You went too far. I never said everywhere. Yeah. I just said
just every friggin' where.
It's an intangible.
It does if you
hold on.
Out, if you Kurt Cobain it.
Don't make me push buttons.
I love it when you push buttons.
You said that the brain was greater than the mind. My argument was that I disagree, and I say even so boldly, the mind is greater than the brain. Not everywhere.
And you did your
intangibly larger, like as in art appreciation. That was my only connection. You can't start.
I love the art thing.
Saying everywhere to try and prove your point by making an untrue, ridiculous statement that I did not say. That is silly.
Okay, well, I'm going to go off on these gentlemen, so you should cut us off of the other platform.
Oh, sorry. When you said go off,
you're going to provide something of substance in rantable fashion.
Hold on. Wait. Go ahead.
I'm going off. But did you already shut off the other platforms?
Do you need music? Oh, that's a good point. I did not. Should I? I should.
Yeah, what about the disclaimer?
Disclaimer. The unfiltered and crude proclamation of jabber speech. Gibber. Folks, listen up. Before we dive gibber into this circus of crudeness and uncensored banter, here's our no-nonsense disclaimer. Served with a side of flash humor. Gibber, look, we're here for a good time, not a gibber-correct time, all right? In this crazy world, we're snowflakes, applesauce, and jabber critic. We're just trying to spread some joy without stepping on too many toes. So, here, Jabber, Article I, let's get Jabber, the sole gibber of our discourse, be it from guests, hosts, or any random loudmouth, is to tickle your funny bone, tease your gray matter, and illuminate the path to a mirthful existence. Any semblance of seriousness is gibber accidental. Article 2, jabber everyone equally. We're equal gibber offenders, alright? We don't give a hoot about your gibber, race, religion, or whether you prefer cats or dogs. We're here to roast everyone from politicians to gibber to our own sorry selves. No gibber safe, not even grandma's apple pie. Article 3, screw political jabber. Listen, we ain't here to hold your hand or jabber anything. So if our jabber offend you, tough luck. We're not responsible for any ruffled feathers or gibber feelings. But hey, if you can take the heat, we promise we'll dish out some belly laughs and maybe a couple of gibber. Article I gibber, fake news alert, the tales, rumors, and downright lies you hear here are gibber as a $3 bill. Any resemblance to real life events or people, whether alive or pushing up daisies, is purely gibber and probably a result of us hitting the bottle too hard. We're pretty sure the earth is round, but jabber, who cares? Article D, jabber cause why not? Parody and gibber are our bread and butter, folks. Any likeness to actual people or characters is just us having a laugh, not a reason for a jabber. We might not be the smartest gibber in the jar, but we sure know how to stir up some trouble. So, in closing, if you've made it this far without getting your undies in a gibber, then congrats, you're our kind of people. We're just here to crack a few tasteless jokes. Spread some jabber joy and remind everyone that life's too short to be serious all the frickin' time. So buckle up, buttercup, and get ready for a wild ride through the absurd gibber of our humor while Fladge Rants live. You were right. Yeah! I was wrong. I apologize.